Good day! Welcome to our English class. For today, we are going to discuss all about the verbs and its aspects. Okay, hello students and welcome. Are you now ready to learn? Great job, class! Okay, so first class, let us know about the verb tense. Okay, when we say the word verb tense, okay, or the time event, it indicates the past, the present, and future actions. Okay, meanwhile, aspect refers to the state of action of a verb and indicates the duration or completion of an event. So before we proceed to the tenses and the progressive aspects of the verb, okay, let us first know, okay, what are those 4 types of verb aspects? So actually, class, there are 4 types of verb aspects, okay? 4. Okay, the first one is simple. The next one is progressive. Okay, the next one is perfect. And the last one is perfect progressive. But for our lesson, we are just going to discuss about the simple aspect and the progressive aspect. Okay, now class, let us discuss what are those simple aspects of the verb? Okay, so the first one is what we call as simple present tense. Okay, so when we say the word simple present tense, the simple present tense is used to describe general truths and habitual actions. For examples, the earth rotates around the sun. Okay, so the verb here, or the simple present tense of the verb here, is rotates. Okay, so and the next one, Bea and Zai walk to school every day. So the simple present tense here is walk. So later, we're going to find out how shall we form the simple present tense of the verb. Okay, now class, remember, in forming the simple present tense of the verb, if the subject is singular, okay, if the subject is singular, use the S form of a verb. Okay, we're going to use the S form of a verb. Now, if the subject is plural and or pronouns I and you, we are going to use the base form of a verb, meaning as is. You will not change anything. The base form of a verb. Okay, here earlier our example are the sentences the earth, the first one, the earth rotates around the sun. Okay, the verb here is what? Okay, rotate. Okay, so since the subject, okay, is singular, okay, the subject here is the earth. Okay, the subject here is the earth and it's singular. Okay, we are going to use what? Okay, we are just going to use the S form of a verb. So the earth rotates around the sun. Okay, the next one. Bea and Zai walk to school every day. Okay, so the simple present tense of the verb here is what? Okay, walk. Okay, since the subject is plural, okay, so where is the subject here? Bea and Zai walk to school every day. So the subject here is is where. Okay, so very good. Okay, Bea and Zai. Since the subject is plural, okay, so we are just going to use the base form of the verb. So Bea and Zai walk. You will not change anything. You will not add S. Okay, Bea and Zai walk to school every day. It's still the base form once the subject is plural. Okay, so let's put your knowledge into test. So here the sun rise. Okay, the sun rise in the east. So the verb here is what? Okay, rise. Now, class, let us check the subject. Okay, always informing the simple present tense of the verb. Please check the subject first. Okay, subject. So where is the subject here? Or what is the subject here? The sun rise. Okay, in the east. Okay, so what is the subject here? Okay, very good. The sun. Okay, sun. So, sun. Okay, is the sun a singular or plural? Okay, good job. Okay, it is singular. Okay, so since it's singular, how shall we form its simple present tense? Are we going to use the base form of the verb, or are we going to add S? Okay, very good. Okay, we're going to add S. Okay, so the answer here is what? Okay, the sun, okay, right? Test in the east. Okay, so the next one, okay, the second example here, they, okay, the verb here is spend their vacation in Batanes every year. So again, what is the subject here? Okay, the subject here is what? Okay, they. So they is a singular or a plural? Or rather, are we going to use the S form of a verb, or are we going to use the base form of the verb? Good job. Okay, so we're going to use the base form of the verb since they is a what? Okay, very good. Okay, it is plural. Okay, so the answer here is they spend. Okay, they spend their vacation in Batanes every year. Great job. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so again, the sun rises in the east. They spend their vacation in Batanes every year. So always remember, class, that when we are going to form the simple present tense of the verb, okay, if the subject is singular, we're going to add the S. Okay, we're going to add S, or we're going to use the S form of a verb. Okay, next, if the subject is plural, we are just going to what? Okay, use the base form of the verb. Okay, great job. Okay, shall we proceed now to the next simple tense of the verb? Okay, very good. Okay, the next one, okay, is what we call as simple past tense. Okay, the simple past tense is used to express an event or habitual action that was completed in the past, meaning the action was already done. Okay, so time markers here are yesterday, last year, last month, okay, a decade ago. Okay, so that is what we call as the simple past tense. So examples, the children watched a documentary film. It rained almost every week last month. Next, we are going to find out how shall we form the simple past tense of the verbs. Okay, actually, class, there are two ways. Okay, in order for us to determine or to form the simple past tense of the verb. Okay, the first one is what? Okay, regular verb. Okay, in regular verb forms its past tense by adding ed or ed to the verb. Okay, for examples, play. Okay, we're just going to what? Okay, add ed, play. Type, type. Okay, that's it. Okay, there are also rules, class. Okay, in forming the past tense of regular verbs. Okay, so these are the rules. Okay, the first one is, okay, ending in E. Okay, if it ends with E. Okay, for example, live. Okay, for example, live. Okay, we're just going to add B. Okay, live. Okay, add B, live. Stare, stared. Okay, so this is the past tense of regular verbs. Okay, so the next one, if it ends with vowel plus Y, okay, we're just going to add ED. For example, stay. So A is a vowel. Okay, stay. Okay, we are just going to add what again? Okay, we're just going to add ED. So stay, stayed. Play, played. Okay. Next one. Okay, the next one, if it ends with consonant, okay, plus Y, we're just going to change Y to I and add ED. So for example, okay, for example, so try. So it ends with what? Okay, preceded by a consonant. Okay, it ends with Y, but preceded by a consonant. We're just going to change Y to I and add ED. For example, try. Okay, try. So change Y to I and add ED. So try, tried. Carry, carried. Okay? Next one. Okay, so one syllable, single vowel, and ending in single consonant. So what shall we do? Okay, for example, one syllable as in one, nod. Okay, nod. Okay, so what shall we do? Okay, so we're going to, okay, double the final consonant. Okay, so the final consonant here is letter what? What letter is this? Okay, letter D, and then, okay, letter D, and then add ED. So nod, nodded. Rip, rip. Okay, are you still with me, class? Okay, good job. Okay, so next one, if it is two syllable, okay, stress on second syllable and ending in single consonant, what shall we do? Double the final consonant and add ED. So for example, commit. Okay, commit. Commit. Okay, two syllables. Okay, two syllables. Stress on second syllable and ending in single consonant, we're going to double the final consonant. Commit, committed. Double the final consonant and add ED. So commit, committed. Prefer, prepared. Okay? Okay. Great job. Okay, very good, class. Okay, next. The next, okay, let's put your knowledge into test. For example, an old lady walked. Okay, with her cat. So what's the answer? What do you think is the answer, class? Okay, what is the past tense of walk? Okay, so the past tense of walk is what again? Okay, are we going to what? Okay, add ED. Very good. Okay, walk, walk with her cat. Next one. She tried all the exercises. So the verb here is try. So what shall we do? How shall we form this? It's past tense. Okay, by changing what? Okay, but since it is preceded by, okay, by consonant, change Y to I and add ED. So she tried all the exercises. Okay. So now let's check, class. Okay, very good. An old lady walked with her cat. She tried all the exercises. Are your answers correct too, class? Excellent. Okay, now let's continue. The next one is what we called as irregular verb. Okay, how shall we form? Okay, the past tense of irregular verb. Okay, irregular verb forms its past tense by changing or retaining their spelling. So for examples, okay, these are the examples of the irregular verbs. Okay, so the first one, okay, break, broke. Okay, break, broke, broken. Okay, so present, okay, for example, break, okay, the past tense, which means can stand alone. The past tense of break is broke, and the past participle, meaning it requires a helper, is broken. So break, broke, broken. So you just need to memorize this class. Okay, by the way, these are the most common irregular verbs. So the next one, burst, burst, burst. Okay, so as is, it just retained its spelling. Next one, choose, chose, chosen. Come, came, come. Do, did, done. Fall, fell, fallen. Go, went, gone. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Next one. Okay. Next one, know, knew, known. Lay, laid, laid. Live, left, left. Let, let. So it's just retained your spelling, okay? So lie, lay, lane. Rise, rose, reason. Say, said, said. Okay, let's put your knowledge into test class. So, okay, for here, okay, so JR, the verb here is make an appointment to the doctor. So what is the past tense of make? What do you think is the past tense of make? Okay, so JR, okay, made an appointment to the doctor. Okay, great job. Okay, next one. Nerys and Chico blank their promises. So the verb here is break. So what is the past tense of break? Okay, so broke. Okay, Nerys and Chico broke their promises. Good job. Okay, now let's see if you got the correct answer. Okay, wow. Okay, JR made an appointment to the doctor. So the past tense of make is made. Okay, Nerys and Chico broke their promises. The past tense of break is broke. Okay, great job. Okay. Okay, the next one is what we call as the simple future tense, okay? The simple future tense is used to express an action or habitual action to take place in the future time. So for examples, we have they will celebrate the United Nations Day in October, and after December, Richard will take the train to work every day. Okay, so again, so actually, there is also a rule whenever we are going to form the simple future tense. So as you notice, class, we use will, okay, and then of course not just will, okay. So again, in forming the simple future tense, we are going to use will or shall plus base form of a verb. Actually, in the traditional rule class, okay, in traditional rule, okay, we're going to use, okay, shall if the pronouns are I, okay, or we, I or we. Okay, plus base form of a verb. For example, I shall return. We shall eat. Okay, while the will, okay, the will is used whenever the pronouns, okay, okay, are she, he, it, they. plus base form of a verb. So that is a traditional rule. Okay, so let's put your knowledge into test. So for examples, we have here I blank the show in the morning. So the verb here is what? Okay, the verb here is watch. So what is the answer? Okay, very good. So I shall watch the show in the morning. Good job. Okay, the next one is the boys blank the trampoline on time. Okay, so the verb here is jump. So what is the future tense of the verb jump? Great job. Okay, the boys will jump. Okay, let's see once again. So I shall watch the show in the morning, and then the boys will jump the trampoline on time. Okay, now class, let's discuss. Okay, so before that, you have any questions or concerns? Okay, you may PM me in my messenger's account. Okay, so now class, let's proceed. Okay, so what is, okay, or what are the progressive aspects of a verb? So if in present tense class, if the subject is singular, use the S form of a verb. Okay, so if in present tense, of course, again, okay, so here if the subject is singular, use the S form of a verb. And now, if the subject is plural and or pronouns I and you, we are going to use what? Okay, we are going to use the base form of a verb only. Okay, this is in present tense, simple present tense of a verb. Okay, so but in present progressive tense aspect, okay, present progressive aspect, okay, so the present progressive expresses ongoing actions. So we're going to use be, okay, the be verb, wherein am, is, as, okay, am, is, are, plus ing form of a verb. Okay, so for examples, okay, the students, okay, the verb here is take. Okay, the students take the test now. So what shall we do? Okay, so since the subject is plural, okay, so we are going to use the be verb are. Okay, so the students are, and then, of course, plus ing of form of a verb. So the students are taking the test now. Okay, so the next one. Okay, the teacher. Okay, the teacher is, okay, the verb here, prepare. Okay, the verb here is prepare. Okay, so again, so what is the present progressive aspect of the verb prepare? Okay, since the subject is singular, okay, so we're going to use the be verb is. Okay, the teacher is preparing the lessons. So again, let's put your knowledge into test. Okay, Stanley blank at the library. So the verb here is work. Okay, so what do you think is the simple present tense of the verb work? And what do you think is the present progressive aspect of the verb work? You only have 5 seconds. Okay, so let us now know the answer. Okay, so the answer here, the simple present tense, Stanley works at the library. Okay, the simple present tense of the verb work, works. And now in present progressive aspect, so the present progressive aspect of work is working at the library, since Stanley is a singular subject. Okay, now class. If in past tense, we add D or ED to form the regular verbs and then change or retain their spelling to form the irregular verbs. In past progressive aspect, we are just going to use be verb. Past tense of be verb wherein was or were plus ing form of a verb. For example, examples later. So again, in past progressive aspect, an action in progress at some specific point of time in the past. So for examples, we have here Timmy was walking. Since Timmy is a what? Singular subject, we're going to use was. And then ing form of a verb. So Timmy was walking to the office at 7 this morning. And then I was preparing for the church at 6 o'clock yesterday. So aside from it, we're also going to use, the past progressive aspect wherein a past action simultaneous with another event. For example, they were preparing for the party when the visitors came. So now let's put your knowledge into test. So again here, so the verb is work. So what is the past tense of the verb work? And what is the past progressive of the verb work? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here, so the past tense, simple past tense here, Ian worked, at the carnival. We just added ed, And then the next one is past progressive, Ian was working. Ian was working at the carnival, wherein since Ian was a singular subject, we just what? We use the be verb past tense of is wherein was. And then plus ing form of the verb. So now the last one. If in future tense, we what? We use will or shall to form the future tense of the verb. Will or shall plus the base form of the verb. Will or shall only to form the future tense of the verb. In future progressive aspect, we use what? We're just going to use will or shall plus be plus ing form of a verb. So again, when we say the future progressive aspect, the future progressive expresses an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. For example, Trina will be graduating from elementary this year. So the grade 5 pupils will be attending a mass tomorrow. So now let's put your knowledge into test. So at school, the workers feed the students in simple future tense. How about in future progressive? Now let's check. So in simple future tense, at school, the workers will feed the students. And in future progressive, at school, the workers will be feeding the students. So you see the difference, class? In simple future tense, we're just going to use, will plus the base form. Will and then the base form of the verb. And future progressive aspect, we use will be, plus the base form plus the ing. So at school, the workers will be feeding the students. So again, thank you for listening with me, class. I hope you learned today. Good day, class. Thank you.